he shows up. I won't say he's dressed like a bum, but Trump made the joke, oh, you dressed up for the meeting, and I couldn't tell if it was tongue-in-cheek because he's wearing a long-sleeve camo fatigue and not a short sleeve. Shows up wearing his costume that he's been playing this character for the longest time. And then at one point during that meeting, the clip that went viral with JD Vance, where he says, like, you guys don't feel the Russian pressure because you have a big, beautiful ocean, but you'll feel the pressure if you stop supporting us. I didn't just listen to that and hear it as an insult. I heard it as a direct threat that, and then I didn't piece it together. Like, we're forgetting that, how many months ago did that nutcase Ruth try to take out President Trump? They had one of their, yeah, they had a Ukrainian zealot who tried to take Trump out, and though the rest of us forgotten about it, obviously Trump did not. And so yeah, it's about time. I love the idea that he's going to say, you're not ready for peace yet, so we're going to stop all military support. That will butter you up for peace real fast.
This is the thing. Zelensky, and Trump is right, Zelensky's attitude is, if the U.S. does a deal, then we have leverage. And Trump is like, no. The deal is not about you, Zelensky. The deal is us saying no more war. But Zelensky is trying to leverage U.S. involvement to maintain conflict with Putin and with Russia, for which, why are we involved? A gas deal, largely. And, man, there was a Will on the Will Cain show today. He had a couple individuals. He had Sean Davis, another guy, and they were talking about why this fighting is happening. And I forget who the other guy was, so forgive me, because it's important. His points were awful. He said, Putin doesn't care about NATO. Finland joins. He doesn't care about NATO. And Sean Davis says, no, he cares about which country joins NATO. And Ukraine joining NATO would cut Russia off from Crimea and the Black Sea Fleet, where they transport goods to the Mediterranean and through the Red Sea into through the Sinai Peninsula, or I'm sorry, the Sinai Canal. Into the Arabian Sea and all these things, that would cut off Russia from half the world. So Russia was not going to let that happen. The other guy responds with, Ukraine's no threat to Russia. And it's like, they have no answer. They have no answer. We shouldn't be involved in this. This is just NATO expansionism. And it's a major, it makes no sense. But let me tell you, I'll say one more thing, because I know I'm ranting on this. Foreign policy gets me going. I said, I think it was like last year or whatever, that Ukraine is an enemy of this country. And boy, did the Democrats just start vomiting on themselves, playing this clip over and over again, saying Tim Pool works for Russia, blah, blah, blah. I stand by exactly what I said, and I will say it again. Ukraine is an enemy of this country, and I'll tell you exactly why. Germany charged a Ukrainian individual with bombing the Nord Stream pipeline. That was blamed on Russia. They blew up their own pipeline. As long as nobody knew who it was, that bombing, should it have actually been a Ukrainian? And we believe it was. That's largely what people believe. Ukraine bombed this, or Ukrainian individuals in the direction of the West or whatever. That's the kind of attack that could escalate us into World War III. Zelensky has made himself clear in these meetings and every meeting that the U.S. will feel pain unless they get what they want. That is not an ally. An ally comes to you and says, please, sir, we beg of you, support us. He says, you got a notion? You're going to feel the pain. And then it's Ukraine accused of bombing Nord Stream by Germany?
You remember when Ukraine accidentally killed the two Polish farmers, tried to blame it on Russia to invoke Article 5 by saying that a member of NATO now has suffered an attack. They're trying to get the world into a World War III.
That's right. And it was Ukraine that murdered Gonzalo Lira.
Right.
Ukraine has not been treating America. This was a Chilean-American journalist murdered by Zelensky's government. They're accused by Germany. Germany's not Russia. Germany is a NATO ally of ours who has charged Ukraine with bombing the Nord Stream pipeline. Ukraine is trying to force the United States into a war which will kill millions of people.
The whole point of the whole end that Zelensky was after when he was in the meeting was to get security guarantees. And by guarantees, he wants American military in Ukraine. And he essentially was getting 90% of what he wanted, right? He was going to have Americans. There would have been American businesses in Ukraine with the deal that they were looking for. And that wasn't good enough for him. He wanted to have guarantees, not assurances, guarantees. I guess the language matters a little bit. If you have security assurances, it's one thing. If you have a security guarantee, there are certain other things that are expected when it comes to international law. And so he was looking to get the United States to say, okay, we'll give you guarantees. And it was bad form to do it in the Oval Office in front of the press. You do those kind of negotiations behind closed doors, so you can swear at each other, you can get mad, you can do the kind of things that happened in public, and you can do it without the repercussions of having the press watch.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.